The teacher classes in the world. It could shoot tiny robots at the top student and transmit the answers back. But before she could copy it, the robot was smashed by the top student. So she launched 2 more robots. They annoy the top student. He used a ruler to hit the robots. Accidentally, he smashed the invigilator's glasses. In the end, the girl succeeded in getting 100 points, but the teacher wanted to see her glasses.
I want to take a look at those glasses.
The girl took off her glasses, threw them at the teacher. In the explosion, she kept her secret safe. Do you know how Chinese students cheat? They sit in 8 diagram tactics. When the teacher lowers his head, they start exchanging test papers. When the teacher raises his head, they begin pretending to answer. When the teacher picks up a water cup, they all raise their heads at the same time, scaring the teacher, making him choke on water. Then they quickly exchange test papers. Even when the teacher wipes his glasses, they won't stop. The teacher senses something is off, so he tries to trick them with a fake move. But the students aren't fooled. Only one girl missed the opportunity to exchange test papers. How will she pass the exam? The flour container fell, but the teacher was well prepared. Looking at the student covered in flour, the teacher pretended to be surprised, but just as he turned around, students held a confetti cannon, scaring him almost out of the classroom. But their showdown had just begun. The teacher sat down to start the class, only to discover strong glue on the chair. As the students chuckled, the teacher started taking off his pants, startling the students who quickly covered their eyes. Turns out, he was wearing 2 pairs of pants. When he reached into the lectern, he found a big mouse inside. Fearfully, he tossed the mouse to the students, but they laughed, saying the mouse was fake. Then the teacher pulled out another mouse. Turns out, the live mouse had been swapped earlier. He just opened the door, but got soaked by a bucket of water. All the students were laughing at him. As the teacher walked into the classroom, he triggered another mechanism. 100 pieces of erasers flew towards him. The teacher walked towards the podium, but stepped into a bear trap. He struggled to get up and reached the desk, but his face got hit by boxing gloves. Then a ball fell on his head. He slumped to the ground, only to find a bomb counting down. The next day, a new teacher took over this mischievous class. He cleverly kicked the door open and opened an umbrella, escaping the trap. But to everyone's surprise, he spotted the traps on the floor and deliberately stepped on them. He used a racket to hit stuff flying at him. Then, he hopped onto the podium. Students got excited, thinking the new teacher had fallen into the trap. However, he wore iron boots and remained unharmed. Then, seeing through everything, he walked to the desk and punched away the boxing glove. The man pulled the hair of the student, starting to cheat. Just as the teacher looked up, a group of students rushed in, flashing lights to the teacher, turning his vision into white. Kim immediately launched a drone to deliver the answers outside the window. Toys were also running underground, filled with answers on top. While the teacher rubbed their eyes, a thin man quickly unbuttoned his shirt, looking at the answers written on his abs. The glassy boy also picked up his shoe, revealing the secret of his height. Then, the teacher started using eye drops. The flashlights appeared again. A student pulled down the blinds for the final cheating, but suddenly, an arrow shot through. The genius girl takes off her smelly shoes, slips in an eraser with the answers. A smooth glide. It's at her best friend's feet. To avoid the teacher's notice, the friend kicks her own shoes back, but accidentally sends them into the aisle. As soon as the teacher approaches, it will be discovered. The genius girl quickly stands up, puts on her shoes, approaches the teacher to submit her paper. This is Lynn's first time helping her friend cheat. Upon hearing about it, the friend's boyfriend offers Lynn $100,000 as a commission to help the wealthy kids pass their final exams. With a humble background, Lynn reluctantly agrees. She demonstrates 4 piano notes to the wealthy kids, representing a B, C, and D respectively, ensuring no evidence is left behind in their cheating. After finishing the exam, Lynn gently dances her fingers on the desk. Classmates catch on to the answers. However, in the next exam, the school unexpectedly uses 2 different sets of test papers. The genius girl is getting ready to help her classmates cheat, but she discovers the test paper has sections A and B. This bewilders the wealthy kids, but Lynn remains calm. She instructs the student with section A to get ready first, then taps out the answers on the desk. Just as the student with section A submits the paper, Lynn takes advantage of the confusion to swap with a student holding section B, answering at lightning speed. In the last 5 minutes of the exam, she signals the answers with her fingers. The wealthy students finally relax. However, the principal, examining Lynn's scrap paper, simultaneously discovers the answers for sections A and B. As a result, Lynn's scholarship is revoked, but her friend offers her $5 million as a hiring fee, hoping Lynn will help her once more. The boy wakes up from a garbage dump. Rather than being physically injured, he is shattered because he misses the scholarship exam. Upon learning this, Lynn offers a hiring fee of $1 million to recruit Ban, the second in the grade, into her cheating team. A week ago, Lynn's best friend pleaded with Lynn to help her cheat, but the STIC exam was too strict. There seemed to be no way to cheat, until her friend offered Lynn a commission of $5 million. She agreed to help. Just as Lynn was unsure how to cheat, the clock in front of the hotel sparked an idea. STIC, being a global exam, is administered in multiple countries. Due to time zone differences, some regions take the exam ahead of Thailand, but relying solely on herself, she couldn't remember all the answers. The genius transforms the answers into barcodes, printing them on pencils. The thickness of the lines represents the options. The adjacent numbers indicate the answers to fill in the blank questions. Before the exam, pencils are distributed to the students. Genius then need to travel to Sydney, for time zones ahead of Thailand. For the exam, each person is responsible for half of the questions, memorizing the answers, sending them through hidden phones. Next, their friend prints the answers on the pencils, distributes them to various wealthy individuals. During the process, conflicts arise between Ban and another team member, leading to the decision to leave the team. However, he suddenly recalls Lin once telling him,
แกตั้งใจหรือเปล่าเนี่ยเราไม่รู้เว้ยที่รู้คือแกมีส่วนรับผิดชอบในสิ่งที่มันเกิดขึ้นกับเราด้วย
So, he returned to the team once again, came to Sydney together with Lin. The girl had hidden her phone in the toilet tank in advance. Taking advantage of the time difference, she obtained the exam questions in advance, memorized all the answers. During halftime, she sent the answers to the printing factory, transformed them into barcodes, sticking them onto pencils, delivered to the students by a delivery person. However, when Ban was sending the answers using his phone, the examiner suddenly asked him to come out of the restroom. Due to nervousness, Ban accidentally broke the toilet tank lid, forcing him to throw the phone into the toilet. Meanwhile, things weren't going smoothly for Lin, as there was a long queue for the women's restroom. When she entered the restroom, she didn't have time to send the answers. Before the exam started, the girl inserted the pencil deep into her esophagus, constantly stirring it. Soon vomited it out, to send answers to her classmates. Using vomiting as an excuse, Lin abandoned the exam, fled to the subway. While walking, she used her phone to send exam answers. At this moment, the examiner also caught up with the subway. Lin, caught up in recalling the exam answers, missed the nearest train. As the examiner got closer, she had no choice but to walk and send answers simultaneously. Although she managed to send the answers to her partner, at the last moment before the exam, she was caught by the examiner, brought back to the exam room. Caught Ban did not betray them, but was expelled from school as a result. With the received compensation, he renovated his family's laundry shop. Ban, now turned evil, wanted to make a living with Lin using this method, but Lin knew it wasn't a sustainable plan. So, she went to the exam center to confess. If it were you, what would you do?